Okay, so there are one of these problems where it gives us some numbers and expects us to figure out what's going on. The big thing here is it says which one's not true. And the problem with this is most people don't read the word not true, and then they go pick which one's true, and there's three that are true, and a lot of times A is true. So they pick A, never read the rest of the question, move on, think they're okay, and they actually got the problem wrong. So it says GJ is 26, and JH is 24. And that's got a bunch of stuff going on here. So let's start off with, we'll do this one here, G. So there's G up there. So I'm going to label the sides from G. Yellow so this makes sense. So there's the hypotenuse. There's the opposite. There's the adjacent. All right. Now, I'm going to look at this and see if I need to find the adjacent side. I'm almost positive I'm going to have to, but maybe I don't. So sine is supposed to be opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite, it says, is 24. That's true. Hypotenuse, it says, is 26. That's true. So that means that's not the answer. So it says which one's not true. Tangent of G is supposed to be opposite over adjacent. All right. Well, it says the opposite is 10. The opposite's not 10. So that's wrong. The adjacent is not 24 because the opposite's 24. So that's probably going to be the answer. All right. Let's see if we can do the rest of it, and then we'll talk about what we should do to find that missing side anyways. So I'm going to highlight J in blue. So J is over here. So then let's talk about where the side should be for that one. So the hypotenuse isn't moving. The hypotenuse is right there. But now the opposite is over here, and the adjacent is over there. So sine of J is supposed to be opposite over hypotenuse. All right. It says the opposite's 10. I don't know the opposite, so I don't know if that's true or not. It says the hypotenuse is 26. That's definitely true. All right. But I don't really know for sure if that's actually right. Cosine of J is supposed to be adjacent over hypotenuse. All right. It says the adjacent is 24. That's right. It says the hypotenuse is 26. That's right. So that one's true. So it's definitely not that one. Now, I don't really know that B is true. I think it's true because C I'm pretty sure is definitely false, not true. All right, but really, I should find out what that missing side is to make sure. That's a Pythagorean theorem question. So A squared plus B squared equals C squared. The hypotenuse is C, and it didn't matter which angle I had. The hypotenuse is always 26. And then I have 24 squared plus B squared. All right, so let's do some math here. I think I should know what these are. 576 and then 676, probably? Yes. All right, so 576 plus B squared equals 676. I'm going to subtract 576. And I'm going to get B squared equals 100. Square root. And I get B equals 10, all right, which is good because that's kind of what I needed it to be, because this says right here that sine of J is 10 over 26, which is the opposite over the hypotenuse. The opposite of J is 10. So now I know for sure that one's right, so I can cross it off. So C is the answer like I thought. And these multiple choice questions will come down to basically, can you figure out what the correct answer is by ruling out the wrong answers? That's really what these multiple choice come down to. And there's always a kind of a shortcut way where you don't have to figure everything out. Not the best idea, but it is doable sometimes.